So, gonna be a beautiful sunset, just the right amount of clouds. This is the aftermath of the major bonfire party last night. Actually, I thought it was gonna be a lot worse, and this morning I picked up a bunch of it, but you know what I was thinking? This is all wood, they'll probably burn it. I took my share and hid it in the woods, and I might take a couple more of the smoldering little pieces. But I really expected it to be much worse. So, for the amount of people that were down here, they did pretty good. I've moved some of their trash into the fire pit, but really there's not much down here. A little bit here and there. But bottles everywhere, and cans, and a purse. I hope that girl's okay. But, yeah, I wanted some change on the ground, and, a bag full of money. But really looks like they did okay. Now, I seen a couple of them last night having sex. The girl's legs were spread, hanging out the door of the truck, and the guy was, well, I listened really careful to see if it was a drugged or a rape situation. I don't know what the laws are on underage teenagers when they're both underage. We were all teenagers at one point. And myself, I deemed that it must have been consensual and okay. So, but as I was checking it out, walking by, acting like I'm looking for my kitty, a couple of the guys kind of diverted me away from where I wanted to go to really check it out. And, but I'm sure everything's fine. My concern is that I don't see any used condoms laying around. So how many babies did we make last night? Oh yeah, children, cover your ears. Oh, too late. So anyway, I threw some wood out here, big rounds. They had all kinds of wood, and they told me I could have what they didn't use. So the good ones, which are actually too big for the fires I have, but it's wood, and I think I got about 7 rounds. Some of them maybe I can cut with my hatchet, but the vast majority of them I don't think I'll be able to. And this morning after I woke up and they were gone, I threw them out here in the woods in several different places, because somebody might come back and get some, but they can't find them all. And I worked really hard for 2:30 in the morning throwing this wood out here, and now I only found 7 pieces. But they're round, so that's good. And any free wood is good wood, so I'm happy for it. For that many kids, figured they'd be out here and there'd be beer cans everywhere. But and keep in mind, these are high school age children. Not one of them, when I talked to them, was of drinking age yet. Not one of them. And yet the cops, like 3 or 4 hours later, said they didn't find any alcohol. But by then, 90% of them were gone. There were only like 6 people left, and I know there was at least 60. And I was doing fine, kind of walking the area and keeping an eye on things, until when I looked down the road that leads to this boat landing, there were a line of cars all the way, as far as I could see, probably all the way to the road. There were so many people, so many cars everywhere. I caught some of this on video. I don't know if I caught the high point of it. I know at one point I decided I was in the woods peeing, and more cars were pulling up. I decided to lay down behind a log and stay there. Then I figured all these kids are going to be walking the woods, And, you know, I don't want them to see me cowering down. They were actually very polite to me. And, you know, if it goes like that, you know, and there's no fights and there's no rapes, and I don't have an issue with them. They're boom boom music, not really loving it, but, you know, they played some good music too. It's the only thing is I wanted to sleep, not be awake until 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't know what time it was the cops finally got down here, but there weren't that many people here then. They said it looks like we missed it. But so does that mean, I wonder if I should be calling it in, or just let kids be kids? So I'm not sure about that. But I got to work again tomorrow, and I sure don't want to be up till 2. But I'm just playing it by ear at this point. My lady friend, she said, wow, a lot of kids. Sounds like you're the only responsible adult there. And I felt an obligation that I should, you know, look after them. But they're teenagers. They're invincible. They don't need my help or my supervision. They do, but they don't know they do. And so I'm really hesitant to poke my face in their world and try to straighten them out. And, yeah, I mean, if I saw a rape going on, I'd fix that problem right away, if I knew it to be for a fact. And but I'm not going to run into the middle of 2 or 3 or 4 or more young high school kids that are fighting, because that's not going to turn out good for me. I may say something. In that case, I'd probably call the cops, without question. Oh, and I would call the cops if there was a rape going on. Not a question. A lot of them young girls, I mean young, perfect skin, perfect hair, itty-bitty. Not all of them itty-bitty, but kind of made me want to be 15 again or something, but you can't ever go back. And you can't have them. I have a perfectly wonderful lady. I don't have her, but I'm working on it. And, yeah, I think that's going to be probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, that lady I haven't seen now. But we haven't been seeing much of each other, just here and there. And she's asked me not to be so overbearing. And that's hard. But, well, that's the way it goes. Anyways, just wanted you guys to see it before the sunset. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know if this phone does it justice. I actually believe it doesn't. So I'm going to get off of this and try to figure out how to put it back on camera. This is Homeless Guy, living in a minivan. I'll get back to you. Hi, Homeless Guy here. There's the beginning of my fire. And some of the trash I picked up from the kids I'm going to burn. There was already a couple down here with their dog. And, but they left. I think they're coming back later if I heard them properly. So, should be another fun night. But I just can't see moving, because tomorrow night's even going to be worse. New Year's Eve, you know. But I've got wood stashed in the woods. I have a fire pit here. I have the cops' approval to be here. And those things put together, you really can't beat that when you're homeless, because I've had police contact at every spot that I've been at for the last 76 days. And this one, they know me, they don't mind. They actually came down last night while the party was still going on, but it was like 90% depleted, to see if I was okay. And that was cool. They know me, they ran me, they checked me, and, you know, I'm good to go. I'm just temporarily homeless. And, you know what? That's a good thing. This isn't my home. Those kids have more of a right almost to be down here than I do. But, and I told them that, you know, you got to do whatever you got to do. Have fun. Be children. But, well, they're not children, they're high school, but they're still kids. And, yeah, it should be another interesting one. It's about 5:30, I guess. December 30th. Thank God this year's almost over. I'm still hoping for a smooch tomorrow night, though. A smooch. But we'll see how that goes. I probably won't get one. And that's okay. I'll send her one in the email. So my fire ring held out for a whole nother night. Last night I had a pretty good fire and it's still viable. So I'm using it again. And I'm going to keep this all contained. And what I started doing was, you know, I get a lot of my kindling wood and hardwoods stickers from the plant that I burn. And the fire ring is 16 inches across, thereabouts. So I've been cutting my stuff back to 15 inches, which gives me 3 cuts out of a 48-inch piece. And it's going to make my firewood go a lot longer. And so it should be a good thing. I've got a whole box of it in the back. First thing I'm going to do is burn up all this crap that the kids left last night. And the garbage they left. And well, we'll see how it goes. So this is another edition of the By the Fireside Chats by Homeless Guy Living in a Minivan. We'll get back to you. Okay, take 2, because I pushed a button or something and it erased my whole last video. So anyway, here's my old fire ring. A little bit worse for wear. Luckily, because of where I work and what my job is, they grow on trees. They're just trash. Brand new fire rings. Squeaky clean, brand new. See, they're tab in a slot. That's how they fit together. Other than that, they lay flat. And you could pack them if you wanted, if you were taking a backpack trip or something, except that they're like 3 feet long or something, maybe more. But, you know, it's pretty handy. It keeps your fire contained. It's a smaller fire, but it does the trick. This is still a little bit warm from last night. My farmer friend's wife says, you know, those cans don't burn too good. And she's right, of course. Women are always right. But there's a hot spot right there. What I'm going to do is nurture it a bit. And I probably got some kind of paper to throw on it. Here's a napkin that I won't be using. And then what I'll do is cover it with leaves and let it stay warm and start, you know, soaking up some of that heat. I'll probably have a fire in a few minutes. I mean, you see, it's already smoking. So, yeah, I probably didn't expect it to go that quick. So now I've got to find some tinder. You know, just going. Might as well go. And some probably cherry trim ends off of the, you know, probably a cabinet top or something, wooden cabinet top. But anyways, there's my wood supply. I'm off tomorrow. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! See my silly hat? You know, last one I had like this, I had it for like 3 years, and then in the move back in October, I sat it in a chair and sat down on it, and they're not very structural. So I lost that one, threw it away. So now I got me a brand new one. And being I'm homeless, it probably won't last longer than just this one day. So that's my firewood. Last night I burned a box like this, but I've got like twice that much now, and it can't stay in there because I have to sleep in there. So I'm going to have to work today and take some of it out into the woods there and stash it and cover it. That's my job for now. And the fire pit over there, it's still smoldering. You can find a hot spot in that easy. But what they did was they burned some hollow logs. They were like 24 inches or so in diameter, and they were hollow in the middle. And they didn't burn all of it, and there was one whole one left. And this morning, as I was cleaning up some of their mess, I rolled it to between these two telephone poles because I was going to use it tonight. Well, apparently they came back and got it. So now I don't got that, but I got some of the wood that they left on their fire. And I've got wood round stashed in the woods, and I'm doing all right for firewood. I'm just doing all right. Homeless guy's not having a bad day at all. Got off a little early, had some stuff to do in the second little town over, and which included kitty food and the bank, so I could see the pretty face of my young lady friend. And her smile just lights me up, man. She says today in a text that what I want is a platonic relationship for me. And I'm like, okay, that sucks, kind of, but not really. I mean, I'm just wondering how long right now is. But if that's what you need, you've got that. I have other needs that I wish I could address, but with her, and she knows, and she's just like that too. I mean, as far as we both are kind of needy, because it's been so long, but we're not going there yet because a relationship will get stronger if you give it a chance. So I'm gonna give it some time, see what happens. Well, this is homeless guy. I probably should get cracking on moving some of that wood because the kids will come showing up pretty quick, and I don't want to see them to see me moving wood. Okay, I'll get back to you. Last day of the year. 7 hours and 49 minutes left. As near as I can calculate. I'll get back to you. Hi, homeless guy here. It's kind of chilly today. It's New Year's Day, January 1st, 2014. Had a pretty good chat with my lady friend over coffee this morning at a well-known fast food chain that she frequents. And she's something else, man. I tell you what. I don't know what to think, but I know how I feel. And I know she's got a wall around her, and it's very tall, and it's very thick. I think she feels guilty for feeling because of her religious background, and she's totally immersed, and I all for that. But I think she's missing out, and I believe that she's not allowing herself to feel. That's not going to go well for me, I don't think. One of these days she'll pop out of it. I hope it's not too late. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. I so much enjoy her company, but I don't have that promise for the future feeling. You know, like that there's somebody there, they're just not ready. I don't have that. I have a feeling of there's somebody there, but there's no commitment at all for the future. And she tells me she doesn't know what her next step is in life, and it may be going back to Minnesota. And she's afraid of letting me become attached and then hurting me when she leaves. When really our future could be together if she so desired. And because I do. But she's not sure. So, I mean, the first couple or 3 dates, we actually made a tremendous connection. And that involved her feeling emotions and feeling a little horny. And she's not ready to go there yet because of the wall, and she's erected it fairly tightly. And I mean, I felt like I was inside with her for a while, but now I'm totally on the outside. At least she looked me in the eye more this time, and we had awesome conversations. And she's honest and polite and strong-willed for sure. Anyways, let me see something. That was fun. Anyways, I'm going to crawl in the van for a while and warm up because it's just kind of chilly out here today. I'd build a fire, but, you know, when people come down here during the day and see a fire, and then they know you're homeless. You already know how I feel about that. So, yeah, I think I see a barber here pretty quick. This is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. Happy New Year. Another momentous day. My Mr. Mittens caught a chipmunk. That's a feat, man. Chipmunks and squirrels, they're fast and they can climb anything. I'm amazed. But I kind of ruined his kill because he had him dead to rights. That the chipmunk wouldn't even move because every time it moved, my Mr. Mittens was on him. So he was just sitting there with his eyes wide, waiting to die. But I distracted him, and then the chipmunk ran for the blackberries and got away, I guess. But Mittens' girlfriend is coming around, so he's forgotten all about that by now. But anyways, that was neat. So, it's another edition of Homeless Guy and living in a minivan. Here comes my farmer friend and his dog. I'll get back to you. Well, that was very interesting. It wasn't my farmer friend, it was his wife. Walking their dog, Cody, big dog. And Cody was running up to the van from over there And I thought, wow, he's coming to see me. And then I see my kitty hightailing it towards the brush over in that corner, and the dog right on right on his tail. Nah, not really, because that cat can haul. I'll tell you what. Running for its life. I walked over there to find him and figured he's 30 feet in a tree somewhere. But it's not his first rodeo. He'll get down and come back. Unless he's sidetracked by his girlfriend. Because she's back there somewhere. I heard her coming before the dog came down. So I reckon he'll be gone for a few minutes before he gets back. I'm sure he's alright, though. That dog got nothing on that cat. And besides, if the dog would have bit into that cat, I would have heard an awful scream. But that didn't happen. The dog came out of the woods, no fur on his mouth, and my Mr. Mittens can take care of himself. But kind of neat to see. It's like nature in action. This is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. That's Midnight. Stray kitty that I feed. She's feral. There's my fire. It's been going about 10 minutes. I've really been contemplating the over coffee date that me and my lady friend had today. I am perplexed to the point of I don't even know what to think or say. I've been going through this in my mind all day since our meeting, which ended around noon. And it's, I don't know, 4:30 now. And I gave her some time to let it all soak in. And I texted her a few minutes ago, and I asked her what she was thinking. And she says, I'm thinking about unpacking some boxes and how nice it'll be after I'm unpacked. What are you thinking? Well, I told her I'm thinking about some pretty heavy stuff. And she hasn't got back to me yet. So I guess she's not thinking about us. She's still only thinking about her. Which means there's no crack in her wall or dent in her shell that she's put around herself to guard herself from anything that might happen in the future. When at her age, she has a lot of future left. She should not mortgage her future for her past. No human should. But that's what this girl's doing. Mortgaging her future because of her past. That's a bill she's not going to be able to pay. I think I need to help her understand that. But she's too immersed in her selfishness, and I can't get through. I just can't get through. I'm afraid to say anything because she'll just walk away. I can't fix nothing. I can't do nothing. God has given me a project that I can't even work on. But I'm going to keep trying. There's seems to be only two speeds to this relationship, and that is stop and reverse. there's no moving forward at all. I don't get it. She's very unique. The most wonderful and spiritual person I've ever met in my life. And God has some plan, but I don't know what it is. Because nothing happens in my life without God running the show. I make none of my own decisions. I take nothing. I only take what's given to me. And I don't know why this opportunity to meet Joyce was given to me. But I'm sure there's a way, a reason. And I will complete my mission, whether it takes me the rest of my life or not. There are a lot of things that she doesn't understand. And as long as she's got a wall up, I can't even talk to her. So I guess I'm just waiting for her to get back to me so we can start a conversation. But I can't initiate every conversation. I need to see if she wishes to even have a conversation first, which would mean her finally initiating a conversation. Anyways, it's getting dark. It's still kind of dusk outside. And foggy. Been foggy all day. And cold. Tired of being cold. But, so this has been another By the Fireside chat. Because, I'm pretty sure that the Fireside chats is already taken. So, I'll get back to you later. Happy New Year's. This is Homeless Guy. Check it out, folks. This is a part of one of those hollow logs that the last party was burning. And it's like a half circle. And I just put it over the top of my fire because I think it's a shame to waste wood. And this is directing the heat towards me. I can always stick more of my trim end cuttings from the plant down in there. And I think it's a wonderful addition, and it's cool. So, just having a fire. It's between 4:30 and 5 right now. Really been going over in my head about my lady friend, and wow, man, she's something else. Oh, and I mean that in a good way. She's the most spiritual person that I've ever met. She's nearly a saint. But she has no life as a human. She works. She smiles at everybody. The smiles get her through her life. But there's no emotion there. And that's what I want to try to help her with, is that it's okay to feel. I think she feels guilty for feeling human. But we can't be God. We have to be us. I'll get back to you later. Hi, Homeless Guy here. The ceremonial burning of my New Year's Day hat. It only cost me $1. And happy 2014. But there goes the party hat. Because there ain't much of a party going on around here in my life. It's all serious business, it seems. Seems like, I don't know. Seems like I'm too spiritual for most people I hang around with, and they don't get life. But I do. This is Homeless Guy. Just wanted you to see the burning of the hat. I'll get back to you. Homeless Guy here. January 3rd. Just got my fire going. I'm being lazy and using my special juice and some dry wood and the warm leftover from last night, a little warm piece. And it looks like it might start going, or I might have to actually put some effort into it. Well, my day started out as usual. My alarm goes off at 5 o'clock. Gotta go to work. And what I do is I reach forward into the driver's seat, and the keys are in the ignition, and I'll start the van so that the engine's warming up while I'm getting dressed. And this morning I reached over there and grabbed my keys and leaned on the keys a little bit too much and broke off my ignition key in the ignition. And then I pulled the rest of the key out of the ignition because it was sticking out a quarter of an inch. And it was kind of bent and twisted. And there was no way I was going to put that thing back in there because I knew it'd get stuck. I didn't know what to do. So I took it down to the river with my hatchet and I kind of flattened it out because it was twisted and bent. And thought about it really hard. Didn't want to put it in the ignition because I knew I'd never get it back out. Then I remembered there's a friend at work that I once gave a spare key to so that he could get in my van and have cigarettes if he wanted them. So I called work and asked that if when he gets there, he could go get that spare key and run it out to me, and then everything would be good. Well, I called work many times over the next half hour or so. Nobody answering, nobody returning my calls. It turns out that the plant manager doesn't have the security code to get into the mailbox for the messages I was leaving. And it's 20 minutes before I got to go to work. Finally, I get a hold of him, and he goes out in the plant and gets my friend that has that key, tells me to call back in 5 minutes. So I called back in 5 minutes. My friend was there in the office with him, and I asked him if he knew where that key was, and he says, "Wow, Jim, I don't know where it's at, and I don't even know. Maybe I gave it back to you, and I forgot." So in other words, no key. Now it's I should have been there by now at work. I'm not late yet. Maybe I got 15 minutes left. So I make the only decision that I could make, and I put that part of a key into the ignition, and then the rest of my key, and I was hoping that it would start, but what happened was it didn't start because the other half of the key that I was holding in my hand pushed that other part too far back, and it wouldn't unlock the ignition. So they sent somebody out to get me. I left my van unlocked because I don't have a key to unlock it now. And I put my kitty out on the ground, and he went and played all day. And I got a ride back from work, and then I collected a bunch of stuff at work, like paper clips and banding and anything that I think might help me get this thing going or get that key out. And the millwright says, get the key out and go have one made. A real locksmith can do that for you, even though it's broken. Well, 20 minutes after I got here, I had my mag light shining it in the ignition keyhole and a paper clip, and I was moving that piece of key around that's stuck in there, and I might have been able to get it out. But that would still leave me stuck here and needing a ride to get to a locksmith or something. Or calling a mobile locksmith and costing me $100. So I got it to where the key reminder beeper came on and several times, and then put a screwdriver in there to try to start it, and it was still locked up. But then on the last try, of course it was the last try because I'm not going to monkey with it if it works, I got the ignition switch to release, and I started my van with a screwdriver. And I'm using a paper clip and a screwdriver. Now, I'm not going to try to fish that key out because I'll push it back in there farther. Right now I can start the van anytime I want with a screwdriver. Catch is I can't get, I'm never going to be able to shut this thing totally off. I can shut the ignition off, I can shut the engine off, and if I go a little bit farther, just before the steering wheel lock kicks in, my circuit's shut down, and I could leave it there if I wanted, but what I'm going to do is just leave it in accessory. That way I know I can start it. And the beeper doesn't go off when the doors are shut, but if the doors are open, the beeper keeps going. And it uses up some of my battery power, but not a whole lot. I've left it on for hours before on accessory, and it starts just fine. So for now, that's the way we're running it. At least until I get somewhere closer to town, maybe I can have a locksmith pull that key out and make me one. But for now, God blessed me, and the van runs, and I'm mobile again. So that's my story for the day in homeless guy's life's neighborhood. It seems like no matter where you go, the smoke's going to follow you, and I don't know why that is, but what I think it is you're blocking some of the wind, and it's creating a circle, a vacuum or something. It sucks it towards you. And they always say smoke follows beauty. Well, I'm not that beautiful, so I'm thinking that's probably just a cliche. Anyways, yeah, it looks like my fire's picking up a little bit. This was a lazy fire, man. I did not try very hard. I went and used the log in the woods, and on my way back I picked up a few little sticks, but I didn't really do anything to make this fire except squirt juice on it and put dry wood on it that I got from the plant. So, but a fire's a fire. Talked to a guy today, I says, do you smoke? Because I left my lighter in the van and went to work without my van. And he says, no, I don't smoke. And I says, well, do you have a lighter? And he says, oh, yeah, I always carry a lighter. He says, it's the best survival tool ever. Now, the magnesium flint stick will work great. You can get a fire going by rubbing two sticks together. But, man, that's hardship. I don't care if you smoke or not. Lighters are cheap. That's the best survival tool ever, in my book. Well, the moon's just a little fingernail moon tonight. The sun's down, but I still got a glow over there on the horizon. And I guess I'm going to let you go and build this fire up a little bit so I can get warm. It's a chilly, chilly night. The wind is cold. It's not really ambient cold out here, but the wind makes it feel cold. It got up 40-something today. It was really nice. And the sun was out. It was beautiful. Bad day to be working. It would have been a great day to be outside. But tomorrow is supposed to be nice also. So I'm happy that my little lady friend prayed for me today. I asked her to in a text because God answers her prayers. I don't know why he doesn't answer mine. But, oh yeah, another miracle happened today when I woke up and I realized I had to call somebody because I broke my key off, and I look at my phone and it says, 0 service days left. I go, crap, because you can't call if you got no airtime. I mean, service days or airtime, right? But it allowed me to make calls. I texted my girl, asked her to pray for me. I called work, left multiple messages, finally got to talk to somebody, all on 0 service days left. Thank you, Jesus. That had to be a miracle. Anyways, that's another part of my story. It's unbelievable. So, my kitties are running around. Actually, only one of them's mine, but I feed his girlfriend too, and they're so cute. They run side by side, touching each other and guiding each other wherever they want to go. It's neat. He's going to be sad when we leave this place and get a place of our own, but I'll bring him down here once in a while to play. Heck, I might even camp down here a day or two. The farmer friend of mine up the road, he's not the one that called the cops on those kids that night. I asked him. He said no. And he says, I don't understand why they want to come down here at the end of a road and have a bonfire. And I said, well, because it's secluded. I feel perfectly secluded here. He says, it's not secluded. It's right at the end of a road where there's 10 houses on a short road. Now I'm thinking differently. I still feel secluded, but, you know, it's kind of right. It's only a few miles out of town at a dead-end road with a bunch of houses on it. But, see, he's a farm boy. To him, hundreds and hundreds of acres around him must feel kind of closed in, I guess. I don't know, but, I mean, there's hundreds of farm acres around here that adjoin this 3-acre piece of property that I'm calling home right now. So I feel secluded. But I guess since he's lived here for so long, he knows a little bit more about it or something. And well, don't really have anything for dinner. Wondering if I should run into town and get me something. Oh, I got a half of a Subway. I'll be okay. I'll go into town tomorrow and get some biscuits and gravy for breakfast. Oh, I was given 2 coupons for a couple breakfast sandwiches at a well-known fast food chain, and I offered my girlfriend one of them. So we may be having breakfast together tomorrow. That would be nice. And so that's something too. Yeah, I forgot about that. That's happy news. Well, all this is happy news, except for the morning part of it. All right, this is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. Homeless Guy here. It's Saturday morning, and I'm on the road. We're driving, see? First time ever on a on-the-road trip. But you don't want to be using your cell phone when you're driving. And so that's probably not good. There's a little white car up ahead of me. That's my lady friend. Nancy's a real sweetheart and very spiritual. And this is like date 4 kind of. We're heading out to see some falls. It's kind of chilly today. I bought her a bunny rabbit. See that little white car? That's her. kind of really excited about this. It's the first time that she has allowed us to be somewhere that wasn't 100 people around. So this is a step in the right direction. I think she's starting to trust me. And I'm not going to blow it this time. I hope. So, anyways, on my second cup of coffee, we got free breakfast at a well-known fast food chain. Had a couple coupons, so finally I was able to buy her some kind of a breakfast. And I think there'll be a blizzard date at some point, because there's another coupon for buy one, get one. Anyways, I gotta get off this and pay attention to the road. This is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. It's a beautiful day today. Very cold, though. I mean, kind of cold. Had a wonderful day today. I got to spend it with my lady friend. A good part of it, anyways. We went for a little hike at a local falls. And then I got back out here and let my kitty go, because he's been trapped in that van since last night, right? And then she calls or texts and wants to know about eating ice cream today. And I hadn't started on my refreshments yet, so I said sure. And we kind of had a hard time figuring out when we wanted to do it. We could have done it tomorrow, or we could do it today or next week. But neither one of us can make up our mind, so I just said, I'll meet you there in a half an hour. She said, okay. So that was like 2 dates in one day. But we're not calling them dates right now, because we are just waiting, being friends. So, and I'm happy with that. I mean, I had an awesome day. My mind didn't really go to naughty places, let's just say. And a little bit, but not really. And I didn't even hold her hand. I don't want to scare her off. And I bumped into her a couple times on accident. Actually, it was on purpose. But she didn't seem to mind that. But that's like 2 great outings where she didn't feel pressured by me, and she actually wanted to be with me. So I think that's a couple steps in the right direction. So she's a wonderful person, and so glad to know her. I'm walking these trails looking for my kitty. I haven't called for him yet, because I don't know if he's over here or if he's on the other side. But kind of just wondering if he'll find me, because we are walking around talking after all, and he knows my voice. And kitties have great hearing, so but it doesn't really look like he's going to meet me on this trail, because I'm almost back now, and I didn't want to go too far in. If I don't see him pretty quick, I'll call for him, and I'll find him. So it's going to be 25 degrees tonight. I can't believe it. Hour and a half ago, I was in town, and it was 32 degrees, and it's getting kind of late in the afternoon, clear sky, and, well, It'll make for a cold one. I have to work on my bedroll. Something happened to my sleeping bag. It unzipped, but the zipper is still up at the top. I don't know what to do about that. And it was cold last night. So I'm going to have to, I don't know if I can fix that. I hope so, but we'll have to see. You know, I really think that my lady friend has a naughty mind also. I think that's just in humans, in all of us. And even though you walk righteous and go to church, the physical human body has wants and needs, and I just think it's the case with my lady friend, and I'm just gonna have to nurture that till she can't stand it no more, and we'll see what happens. But if it does happen, yeah, I think it's gonna be good. Anyways. Excuse me. I've been sneezing a lot today. Nose is runny. Excuse me. Anyways, I guess I'll let you go until all this sneezing passes. And go look for my kitty. This is homeless guy. I'll get back to you. Homeless guy here. I don't know if you can see my face or not. I can't look around the other side of the camera. But there's my fire for the night. There are a couple duck hunters out in the woods there. And of course I'm ashamed of being homeless, and I don't want to go out there and collect some of the firewood I got stashed in case I run into them. I'm going to see them when they come out anyways. But well, I haven't talked to my lady friend in over a couple hours. I think she's also ashamed of me being homeless. I'm not really sure, but what I do know is that she has exchanged numbers with this guy that he's teaching her ballroom dancing. That's a lot of touchy-feely right there. And she won't even hold my hand. And she says, well, that's because you have other intentions. Well, the fact is, I'm a man, and he's a man. I'm pretty sure we have the same intentions. And he gets to touch her, and I don't. So, I'm thinking maybe I should start taking up ballroom dancing lessons. Or something. You know how long it's been since I've been touched? When I got my hair cut the other day, and that woman was massaging my scalp and cutting my hair and brushing my face off with a brush, I was jumpy because I am not used to that. But I liked it. And well, what I don't think my lady friend understands is that we're all human. And we all have these feelings. And I was reading in the Bible today where I'm already saved. I'm already forgiven. All I gotta do is ask, no matter what I do. And boy, what would I like to do with her? Even just holding her hand would be nice. We used to have walks and hold hands first couple dates, 3 dates. Now she doesn't even want me to touch her because she thinks that one thing leads to another and she doesn't want to go there. But she's only 48 years old. She's going to go there again someday. And I hope it's with me because she's wonderful. She's the most wonderful person I've ever met in my life. Anyways, this morning she says, I think it's cold and icy outside. I'm going to get back in bed because that's where depressed people stay, is in bed. And I said, wow, then I'm getting up. And you know what? It's a lot colder out here than it was in the house where she lives. And icier. But I'm not saying nothing bad about her. I'm just saying that when we first start our first date, she mentioned that she lived in a 400 square foot apartment and she was tired of being so cramped in. And of course, I hadn't told her I was homeless yet. But then on the second date, I told her I was homeless, or the third date, second, I think. And she says, wow, then you must have thought I was a fool by complaining about a 400 square foot apartment where it's warm and I got heat in a bed. Well, no, but at least she understood. She totally understood. And I don't think she's judged me for that, being homeless, I mean, but maybe, because, I don't know, we talk a lot, text a lot, and I pray that we're growing closer. And she gave me a Bible, and I was reading it a lot today, and I'm hoping that Jesus says whatever that I ask in his name, he will do. And I've been asking, so I just got to keep going slow. But I'm afraid these new guys she's meeting and exchanging numbers with, you know, any one of them could be a candidate at a weak moment for her. And well, anyway, whatever. The sun's going down. I'll be in bed soon, but not till after I enjoy some good fire, and I gotta wait for these duck hunters to get out of the woods. So, there's my horizon. There's my moon. It's waxing. And this is Homeless Guy. You know what? I'll get back to you. Hi, Homeless Guy here. More drama for y'all. Missed work today. Couldn't start my van. I don't know if I documented it in a recent series clip or not, but you know, I broke the key off in my van last Friday. And I got a ride to work and a ride back. It took me 20 minutes to put a paper clip in there and a screwdriver and get it started. And I've been driving it like that since it's Tuesday now. Last night I got down here and parked and shut it off, but I made the mistake of shutting it all the way off instead of just leaving it in accessory. And now I can't get it started again. So, it cost me $100 in wages today. Thinking about getting a locksmith out here, but I think I'm really close to Jimmy and the lock again. So I'm gonna keep trying. It's only 1 o'clock. I gotta get this going. And so my kitty's out of food. I need to go to town to get him food. I had cup of noodles today for breakfast, and I'm drinking coffee out of the cup that the cup of noodles came in. I have instant coffee here thanks to a farmer friend of mine. And so I'm okay, but I'm losing wages. And everything hinges on getting this van running. My lady friend is very spiritual, and she's kind of brought me back to grounded to my spirituality. And I've been doing a lot of praying, and I have faith. So I think this is going to work out. And I know she's praying for me too. But it's a lot of drama in homeless guy's life. You know, if I lose my job, I'm nothing. I've got nothing. I don't think I will, because I think they get it. They understand. But, you know, times are tough everywhere, even in the business I'm working at. So, you know, I can be replaced easily. I'm on my second cup of instant coffee. Let's go see how that water's doing. That looks ready. Here's my cup of noodles cup. My instant coffee on my kitchen stove. So I guess I better get to that. Sorry about the cigarette. Dear Heavenly Father, in the name of Jesus, please let this van get running very soon. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. This is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. Oh, new haircut. Homeless Guy here. I know you can't see my face. Let's see if I can fix that. So, yeah, I've been reading. Had a locksmith come out here, and Jimmy that broken key out of my ignition, and he made me two extra ones, two new ones, and $85. Ouch. But man, I still gotta get insurance for this thing. But I get paid on Thursday. It's just that, you know, I have $1,022 in the bank last paycheck. Now I don't know how much I got, and I'm afraid to look. So it just continues. It keeps continuing. It keeps continuing, and I'm still homeless, and I'm going to be homeless for the foreseeable future unless things change. Every time I think I'm starting to get ahead, something happens. Freak things happen, and I can't afford it no more, and I can't stand living like this anymore either. This is too much. A guy can only do this for so long. It's been almost 3 months now. You know, I had plans on getting out of here this week. Well, you know, with a trailer that my brother said he found, and the cheap rent at the RV park over there by the freeway, I thought I had it made. I thought I was out of here. Wrong. I mean, wrong answer. The correct answer is You're going to be here for a little while longer. 2 weeks, a month, unless God gives me a miracle. I have been praying a lot more. My girlfriend has brought me back to my spirituality, but that doesn't mean my prayers are getting answered. But yet, while that guy was fishing that key out of this today, professional, 3 hours to get it out, a little over 3 hours, just to get the key out. And then another half an hour or so to make me another one, and he made me extra, and $85. And a day's wages. I'll be lucky if I still have a job, because I took today off. I wasn't going to leave this van up here unlocked again. So, $185. This is why I don't own a gun, folks. A couple hours ago, while that guy was working on this, I was thinking, walking in circles around this thing here. You know, it's a little circle where the boat landing is, and I was thinking that I don't even care if I wake up tomorrow. And that's Satan trying to get to me. And he never stops. He has no power. And he can't do nothing that God doesn't allow him to do, because God knows that he won't give us more than we can handle. But Satan's always putting thoughts in our head. And I was thinking of suicide again today. You know, how much I can't stand this anymore. And I'm right there, man. That I'm victorious in Jesus today. My van's running. I have extra keys. I'm finally warm and out of the rain, because it's raining now. No fire tonight, because I'm just not going to have a fire and then sit in the rain. So it's almost 9 o'clock anyway, or it is 9 o'clock. I don't know. My kitty's in. My phone's charged up. Thing is, I was just at the store buying cigarettes, and they really didn't have. They didn't have a deli thing because it's so late, and so I don't really have anything to eat tonight. And Mr. Mittens is probably hungry too. He hasn't had anything to eat since this morning. So I rummaged around, and I found what I thought was a can of cat food, wet cat food. And I was opening it. It was real juicy. And I thought, well, wet cat food's not really that juicy. I mean, it's kind of juicy, but not like that. And turns out it was tuna fish. Human tuna fish, you know, not kitty tuna fish. And but I ate a couple bites of that and gave the rest to Mr. Mittens, because poor boy, you know, he can't talk to me and say I'm hungry, and you know, poor kitty. And he stayed out most of the day in the rain. It was just on and off rain today, and then he wanted out after the guy left for the locksmith. I'm still down here at the boat landing. He came down here to meet me, and I go to the back hatch because I'm making my bed and everything up again, because you know I had to take the kitty litter out from the floorboard and put it in the back so he wouldn't have to smell it so much and stuff. And so I was making my bed up again, and I come back there, and Mr. Mittens is jumping out of the back hatch, and he gets hung up in a strap that I have on one of my bags back here. And so I got him. I almost had him in my hands, but then he escaped out of that strap. It was around his belly, and rolled on the ground a couple times because he lost his footing, and now he's all muddy and wet, but he's okay and he's eating. I have a pastry that I'm going to eat for my dinner, and tomorrow I'll have some biscuits and gravy. That's just what I do, and I'll be okay, and I'm going to live through this. But very trying. Trials of fire. I don't want to turn this into a religious show, but if it wasn't for the Father, I wouldn't be here right now. If it wasn't for my lady friend, I probably wouldn't be here right now because she's brought me back to ground. And well, anyway, that's my story. That's where I'm at. This is Homeless Guy. Thanks for letting me talk to you. Bye. For now. Hi, Naked Homeless Guy here. Well, it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. And we always say, Happy Friday, yay! Well, my lady friend texted me last night, and we've been talking about maybe going to a hike on some falls or something, and but we figured out that where we wanted to go, the road's closed all winter, and so we were trying to figure out something else to do, and I was talking to her tonight via text, and then all of a sudden she says, well, I don't know how late I'm going to be up because Bill has asked me out for a birthday dinner. He thought it was in March, but since it was in January, I'm like, Bill? Because she hunts with Bill. Now Bill wants to take her up in the woods and go target practicing or something. And even though that we made the date for, and we were talking about it a day or two ago, Bill takes precedence. So now she's asked me, oh, you got a problem with me seeing Bill? Well, guess what the answer to that question is? But guess what? I'm not going to tell her. I tell her when she wakes up. If it's too late, then maybe we'll just go to breakfast. Screw it. But yeah, not an ideal situation to have a lady friend that has a bunch of boyfriends, I guess. So I'm probably just fucking blowing smoke up my own ass by thinking she actually likes me or something. I don't know. Anyways, I've been real discouraged. I'm not saving money. Uh, I'm farther behind on this paycheck. I just got paid and put it in the bank than I was last paycheck. When I put it in the bank and had over $1,000, I'm thinking about getting out here this week. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen next week, next paycheck either. I'm going to be perpetually homeless, and I'm getting really discouraged. I hate it. I'm tired of this life, and I work at it, and I work at it, and I work at it, and one little thing like breaking the key off the ignition, that'll set you back. One little thing like when the insurance agents say that you were in an accident, it was all your fault when it wasn't, and it jacks your rates up $100. That's something else too. Anyways, I'm tired of it. I'm pretty much tired of everything. I'm really discouraged, and I don't want to go on. The swine flu is going around. At work, 3 people have had it, and I've been exposed. Yeah, thanks, guys. Don't come to work if you're sick. Stupid. Anyways, this is Homeless Guy Hating Life. I'll be back to you. Good afternoon, Homeless Guy here. There's my kitty walking the boat ramp. Yeah, these phones suck as far as cameras go. But we're walking. And so we walked down there and we marked the level of the river because tonight there's supposed to be 2 inches of rain. And I didn't see much on the satellite view on my phone, but it is just a phone, and I'm not a weatherman. Damn it, Jim. I'm a plywood pre-finisher, not a weatherman. But it's 48 degrees outside, last check, and it's Friday night. So, you know, I feel pretty good. And I'm going to need to decide whether I want a fire or not, because, you know, I can start a fire, but then if it starts to downpour, I'm not sitting out in the fire to watch a fire if it's pouring rain, because 2 inches is going to be a lot. Anyways, yeah, it's about 4:30, I guess. I don't know. I got off about half an hour early, I think, about 20 minutes early, and I got my shower. I collected up some firewood from the plant, and so I'm all clean and shaven, and I'm probably the cleanest homeless guy you know. That's one of my favorite lines, because a lot of people, they say, well, Jim, you're the only homeless guy I know. It's funny because I went from the working poor that I've been all my life to the working homeless. Is God trying me or what? Trials of fire, man. Oh, yeah. Think I'm going to church Sunday. It'll be the first time in decades. And my lady friend, she went to church a little couple towns over at this little church I always see. And I asked her how it was like, and she says, well, I'm not going to tell you because I want you to form your own opinion. Well, now I got to go. And besides, it'll be good for me. And I think it'll be good for us, too. That she sees we share an interest, and I'm not just blowing smoke when I talk to her about things. And we do our little Bible studies via text. But, uh-oh. I do believe the sky is falling. No. Mr. Mittens will stay close, because when it rains, I don't even have to worry about him. He'll stay out till he gets wet, and then he'll cry at the door, and he comes in and shakes all over me. You know, I thought only dogs did that crap, but kitties do it too. Anyways, yeah, I got down here today after buying my biscuits and gravy for dinner and let him out. The first thing he did was walk out and do this muddy drive and roll over. Because he's been cooped up in the van all day. He's rolling over and stretching and relaxing, and so he's plenty filthy by now. Anyways, here's a cross-section of the 3 acres I live on. Woods in the back. The bumpy driveway. And plenty of electricity. But no hot water. No toilet. I mean, real toilet. My kitty found his girlfriend. It's so cute. Now all she wants me to do is feed her. But they're so cute. I hope you can see them. No. Mr. Mitten. We're walking. Come on, buddy. Come on, Midnight. I call her Midnight. We're walking. Come on, Midnight. Meow. Oh, well. She's over there, but she's just black. Black as you could be. And when she sits there, she looks like just a hole in the blackberries. Oh, well. So anyway, yeah, I'm about to where I was last paycheck, but not quite. Last paycheck, I had a certain amount of money in the bank. Now, either I felt rich and spent a lot, because I did eat off the food cart quite a bit. I ate biscuits and gravy every morning and every night. And, with the key fiasco I had, I'm actually a bit less in the bank after this paycheck than I was last paycheck. And I have to buy insurance for the van. So I'm kind of losing a little ground, but I'm determined to make it up. So it's just putting me out here a little bit longer. I guess for your guys' enjoyment. If nothing else, I guess I'll have a couple of CDs saved of my homeless journeys, because this is not going to last forever. I'm determined to make it. And, things aren't going too bad for me. But they could be better. I could be watching TV right now instead of making TV. Yeah, everybody loves the drama. So I'll walk you down to the river and show you the marker. And tomorrow we'll come check it together. Here we go, walking down the boat landing. Now this is a slough that runs into the river down there. The big Central Oregon River. That's an island over there, separated from here by this slough. Someone has put a marker down there but I don't know who, so I'm not going to move it. I found my own. It's right here. It's just a stick, and it goes in pretty much at the water line. So tomorrow we'll check to see how much it has risen. 2 inches of rain on all the surface of the earth around here, dumping into this river. I can make a guesstimate. We'll do that just for fun. I found this jar in the water. It's sealed. It's a canning jar of some sorts, and there's something in it. Probably just muddy water. But I'm going to take a guess at how high this water gets by tomorrow. We know where it is today, and I have no idea of how much 2 inches is going to be. I can see a high water line, but that's probably a lot more than 2 inches. So I'm going to put this, I think, right there. So my mark is right there. My guess is right here. So let's see what that looks like from a larger angle. See that? It's just a guess, but something fun to do. I got nothing else. So, gonna walk up and see the kitties. I see Midnight and Mittens. Yeah, they're gonna play around. Oh, they're so cute. They run side by side. But they won't do it when we're watching, because I try to keep the camera real still. My lady friend says that it gets blurry if I move it around too much. But you know, Survivor Guy style did that too. That's just the way this kind of a video is. And but I'm trying to do better so that it's more clear. But when it comes down to it, this is real life, folks. I'm not making this up. I'm really out here. Do you see why I call him Mittens? He's a beautiful cat. Mitten. Well. He's hunting. All right, well, I just got down here and put some wood hidden in the woods there. And so I'm going to let you go because I got to tidy up a bit. It's a nice night. Very pleasant for now. This is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. Another lazy man's fire. Just a little juice, some particle board, a box, and some styrofoam biscuits and gravy things, and that's the start of it. It ain't doing much yet, but I'm hopeful that it takes a hold. Because I have absolutely zero energy into this so far, and it would be a good fire if it took a hold, because you never want to spend more energy than you're going to get out of it. So, I mean, there's a box in there, a whole big box soaked in this special juice, and it should burn enough to get that particle board going, and those two particle boards on the bottom should burn enough to burn the particle board that I have on top in half, and then I got twice as much firewood. But it just started. It's a minute old, so we'll see what happens. It looks like it's not going to work, but we'll see. Let's look at it from another angle. I just try to stay out of the smoke because I'm all clean and shaven, and I'm going to narrow the gap here a little bit to try to get a little bit more fire on the particle board. But that's kind of little. The wind's blowing pretty good from one direction because there's a big storm blowing in, so actually it shouldn't swirl too much, and I should just be able to sit in one spot and not be in the smoke. Until I have to go adjust the fire, of course. But, yeah, I've got to adjust the fire. I'm almost positive. It does not look like it's going to work. So, bear with me a second. Special juice, please. Lasts me a month. Get it from the store for, like, real cheap. Guess I'm going to need more. We'll see what happens. Yeah, that's good for now, but once that juice burns off, I'm not real certain. underneath are more styrofoams and a piece of log that's left over. Huh. It's almost exactly an hour since the last time we talked. I told you we'd be back. The rain's coming, but it's not here yet. See, I have to speak kind of loudly because the microphone is on the other side of this phone. And, you know, just sometimes when I don't speak loud enough, you can't even hear me. Or sometimes I put my finger over the microphone, and then you can't hear me at all. And that sucks. But, well, it looks like that top piece of particle board might be going a little bit. But being on top, there's no heat transfer, so let's hope the bottom ones are going a little bit too. I'm going to scoot this over. It looks like it's trying. That part right there might be good. The fact is, I'm going to turn it so that it has even more surface area to go. Now you put them close together like that, and it'll build a like a chimney effect. But you don't want them too close together. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look great, but it actually may work. Yeah, I might be rushing it a little bit, but you know, lazy guy fire. The only thing is, I'm almost out of juice. I think I should let you go and tend this fire for a little while. This is Homeless Guy. I'll be back to you. 20 minutes later, I had to go out in the woods and collect some actual wood, dry off the trees, and I had a little flame, and I nursed it, but the problem is it's on top of a bunch of other stuff, and a fire that's on top of stuff is not as efficient as a fire that's under stuff because heat rises. So I'm building this up. Hopefully I'll get a good bed of coals on top, and it'll start the stuff on the bottom. I don't know how this is going to work out, but I reckon I got a fire, even if I have to walk back in the woods and get more stuff to put on that. So, I guess this is another edition of the By the Fireside Chats. You know, I got lots of them. There must be 20 of them or so. And you don't really get to see nothing except my fire. And my phone was plugged up by pictures that I'd taken, and I was looking through them, and you know, there was a lot of them of just a fire, and a fire on a picture doesn't really look like much, and they all kind of look the same. So I deleted all those. I'm hoping to group all these together as, you know, a part of the video series just called By the Fireside Chats, or else we'll work them in one by one here and there. But, yeah, it's something else, man. So, just hoping for a great weekend. Probably it's not going to happen, but I got to hope anyway. And see how this works. You know, when I get the fire really going, I'll get back to you. But right now I have to go see a man about a horse. And shut that stupid beeper off in my van. One of my doors is open. So, this is Homeless Guy living in a minivan. I'll get back to you. Okay, folks. Excuse me. The fire finally burned down to the bottom level, and it's caught all the rest of the wood on fire. So, there we go. That's a nice fire for the night. But this is just a start. After this all burns in half, I'll go out and get one of my rounds that I've stashed out in the woods there and put it on and burn it all night. Yeah, that's a fire. I'm playing with the thing to see if I can make you see the embers flying around. There it is. Yeah, anyway, there you go. January 10th. That's the fire for the By the Fireside Chats. By homeless guy living in a minivan. I'll get back to you. Homeless guy here in the middle of a major windstorm. Supposed to have had a lot of rain last night. We're going to walk down to the river and check our marker. But just a few minutes ago, I had a gust of wind that I thought it was to knock some trees down. But I went into town today. I had to do laundry and collect some supplies at the less than $1.01 tree store. And I got back, and there's a boater out there, and he parked his trailer kind of right on top of my fire pit. But that's no biggie. You know, he'll get done with his ducks and because they have to go pick up another vehicle wherever they launch the boat from. It's really dark out here, and check this sky out. So we're going to walk down here to the boat landing and see you. There's the water. Not too bad. It's up a little bit. So here we go. There's the mark where I guessed that the water may rise to. And there's the water. There's our stick. Well, in the water. So it's come up probably a good 5-6 inches. Anyways, that's interesting. So what I'm going to do is place this, sorry about the cigarette, place this jar at the edge of the water. Then we'll see if it rises up anymore today. Actually, oh man, there. I placed another stick at the edge of the water. The jar's right there. So, that's what we'll do for our game today. I'm sure that you folks don't want to see me smoking, but, well, it's kind of late for that now, huh? So, this wind is really blowing some garbage around. That's going to be my job to pick up. My kitty's out playing. He was out till really late last night. I thought he was in. But then I opened the door in the middle of the night sometime, and he goes, meow, and he wanted in. So he was out late, probably my fault. Right now he's under the van. He does not like the rain. So anyway, I'm going to pick up this styrofoam container that is mine that the wind blew around. I was feeding the kitty in it. One of my kitties, or both of them. Now, I'm going to have to set a rock on it. There's my mitten. He does not like the rain. He does not like the rain. But, neither do I. And neither does my phone, I'll bet. Yeah, this, garbage blowing around everywhere. You see, and there's really nothing I can do about it right now because the wind is going to pick up again before it dies down. And so I'm just going to let it float around for a while. I'll pick it up later. See, that's my job here. So the bigger mess it makes, and the better I clean it up when it's all over, the more people are going to appreciate me. So anyways, I went into town a couple towns over now to do my laundry, and got to meet up with my lady friend for a while, and I got a hug. I texted her as she was walking in the door at a very well-known fast food chain where we like to have coffee once in a while. And I texted her before she walked in the door that I was going to go for a hug, either she was going to accept it or not. And I got a hug. And we had some hot water, and she had a coffee and some kind of Danish thing. But then we went to the less than $1.01 Century store, and because I had to pick up some supplies for my homeless guy life, and we parked next to each other. And as we were walking into the store, walking across the parking lot, as it were, I tried to hold her hand, and she says, "No." I said, "Please." And she says, "Well, no, I'm trying to protect you." Well, we did our shopping and we said our goodbyes, and I thanked her for the company today because homeless guy needs company, man. It's very lonely. Likes to be touched, but not by just anybody. I'm being particular. And got back here, and right before I went down and showed you the water level where we were playing our little game, I texted her that I'm a big boy. You know, don't worry about hurting me. I mean, who knows? This might work. We might be right for each other. And while I said that to her, I'm hoping that I didn't push the line too far because she hasn't gotten back to me yet. Even though I'm talking to you guys, I think my phone would beep if I had a message or something, and no message yet. But she did tell me speak my mind, and I thanked her for letting me speak my mind after my text, and we're just going to have to see where that goes. Man, I've had broken hearts before, but I really think she's something special, and I want to be with her. I don't want to have sex with her right away, but I want to know that somebody's there for me, and somebody that's not afraid to hold my hand and hug me, and, you know, who knows? But I'm out here all by myself with nobody, nothing, except the kitty. And though he's a pussy cat, I need more. Anyways, wow, this rain's really coming down. Look. I don't know if you can see it, but it's a downpour. Homeless guy shower. But I had a shower yesterday and it was warm. So I'm still clean. Squeaky clean. And shaved in all the right spots. But anyway. Yeah, wish I had a girlfriend for sure. I have a lady friend. But that's because she's a woman and she's my friend. Really wishing for something more, and I want it to be with her. I had a girl at the store hold my hand today. And she thought I needed it, and I did. But not from her. I could probably get anybody I wanted, but once they find out I'm homeless, they're going to, take the next bus out of town. But this girl that I'm seeing now knows I'm homeless and is okay with it. She's not judgmental. She's nearly a saint. Anyways, enough of the rambling. This is Homeless Guy. It's just after 12 on a Saturday. It looks like it's sunsetting already because it's so dark out here. But, it kind of clears up once in a while, and maybe I'll see a rainbow today. I'll get back to you. Depressed homeless guy here in the middle of a windstorm. Not much rain. There was last night, and a little bit of a downpour today, but there's some blue sky and sunshine. But the wind is a little scary. I'm out here in the middle of the forest, and kind of hoping one of these trees would fall on me and kill me. It's a beautiful day to be alive. If you're not homeless, guy. I'll show you the trees for a while. Here comes another good gust of wind. I can hear it coming. And I see rain on the horizon. All the gray over there, that's a downpour. If I loved my life, I wouldn't be out here right now. But the fact is, I don't love my life. And I'm sure you're all wondering how come homeless guy is so depressed. Got all this beauty around him, and I've got like 1 minute before the rain gets here. I'm heading back. Beautiful day. The rain is minutes away from here, and it's going to be bad. Can you even see that? How those trees are swaying? I hear them popping. I'm sure that some of them are wind damaged already, and I'm sure some of them are very sound. But everywhere you look around here, there's trees on the ground, so they're going to fall at some point. Frog croaking over there. You know, it's a beautiful thing, nature is. Unless you're a homeless guy. I still appreciate it. Oh, look it! The boaters are gone. That is awesome. I get my spot back. I wonder how I missed that. It looks like I was wrong about the rainstorm. It rained out before it got to me. But there's some more over there. Yeah, it's a great life. Oh, there's the boaters. They're on the boat ramp right now. So they'll be out of here soon. Then I'll get my spot back. See him? Kitty's tucked in. Doesn't like the rain. Jimmy's getting in the front seat. Doesn't like his life. Was reading the paper. It's kind of a, one of those free ones where they got classifieds and looking for a trailer to buy. But I had no money. I have no money and I have no nothing except a little bit of breath in my lungs. I'm really sad. Only one thing could fix this. And it's not going to happen. I think I'm done. I can't do this anymore. The homelessness, I can deal. But being alone, folks, this is why a homeless guy doesn't own a gun. And you know what? I've known this for years. And that's the only reason I'm still talking to you right now. The only reason I'm talking to you right now, because I wouldn't be here. I would have been done a long time ago. A long time ago. Decades. Worms would have eaten my flesh by now. Let me put it to you another way, that maybe you'll understand. I hate this life. You see me? I'm a perfectly fine human being. I'm breathing. I'm healthy. I've got a job. I have a van. I have a kitty. But I don't have a life. And what good is a life without a life? pretty sure that I don't want to go on no more. I'm at a loss for words. I thought I was doing okay, but I'm not. I'm a little concerned with some of these big trees, the direction the wind is blowing. Might fall over this high tension power line. And that would not be good for me. But maybe that's why I'm parked here. I have nothing, folks. I'm empty inside because I have no one that is here with me. I got hugs this morning, though. That was nice. And that helped me through my morning. I had a lot of coffee. I'm still drinking coffee. But, yeah, it's, something else happened too today. I'm not ready to talk about. It's a big deal. It's a huge deal. And I'm done. Well, as soon as the boaters leave, they got their boat on the trailer. And they'll be out of here soon. They don't care about me. They just got done duck hunting. Hopefully they were successful. But I gotta go for now. This is homeless guy living in a minivan. Maybe I'll get back to you. As much as I hate to, because I feel like crawling in a hole and dying, it's a beautiful day out here. For now. In about a minute, the sun's going to go away. All of that is coming towards us, and that doesn't look good. Now, I've been sitting in the van looking up at the guy wire. Looking up at that guy wire. You know, I got a long rope. And what I've been thinking, I can't stop thinking about it, is throwing that rope up over that insulator. Throwing it up over there, the rope over that insulator. Hooking it to my van. Excuse me. Tying a noose in the end of it. Putting some blocks, you know, maybe 10 feet back, here somewhere. Putting my neck in that rope and putting the van in reverse. It'll hit the blocks. It won't take me all the way up there, but it'll kill me perfectly. And so that's what I've been thinking. That's great, huh? Yeah, great job, homeless guy. Thing is like killing yourself, and already figured it out. It's either that or a tree limb, but same thing. You know, you don't want to back up too far so that you bump your head on something. You just want to hang there, because that's the whole point of hanging yourself, right? You don't want to bump your head while you're trying to kill yourself, add insult to injury. Well, before the sun goes away, and look at how fast it is going away. Yep, here it comes, folks, and man, look at that wind. I'm gonna walk down here and check the water level. Yeah, I gotta go pee, but I'm not gonna show you that part. Well, looks about the same, a little bit higher. Look at that stick from the other day. Almost underwater. Here's our stick from earlier today. It's a little bit underwater, and there's where I thought it would be today, but it's getting there. Wow, this wind is something else. Well, so anyway, Mother Nature's really putting on a show today. You know, I'd like to see is some thunder and lightning. That would be cool. It's warm enough, but just not cloudy enough, I don't think. I'm pretty sure you know that, according to my last clips, I hate my life. I really don't have much to live for. I mean, I don't know why. I've lost everything I've ever had in my life. And, my life really isn't worth nothing. I'm shivering. Sorry about the phone thing. And I'm peeing. That feels good. Looking at those big fluffy clouds over there, those are beautiful. Oh, felt a raindrop. Just tired of it. Because, you know, I don't even have a choice. Homeless guy is out here regardless. 10 inches of snow, 40-mile-an-hour winds, driving rain, beautiful days. I got a whole mix of stuff that I have to deal with. And some of it I don't like. And, man, that wind is cold. Sorry about the shaking, I'm shivering. You can see the leaves blowing across the road here. Maybe you can hear the wind in the trees. It sounds like a waterfall. And I do love waterfalls. Oh, there's a tree cracking. Wouldn't that be something to actually be able to see a tree fall on the homeless guy video? Wow, they're cracking, man. Look at how tall they are. One of those could take down these high-tension power lines and put the homeless guy in a minivan in a world of hurt. But do you think he cares? Not at this point. I welcome it. I wish somebody would give a fuck about me. You know, I'm tired of being... See the leaves? I'm tired of being etiquette conscious about what I say on video, because this is probably never going to ever make it anywhere anyway. This is just a diary for me, and I'll never get to watch it, because all I want to do right now is die! And the sound quality is not great on these phones, so I'm sure that cut out pretty good. And they'll bleep it anyway. Oh, yeah, and you know, it won't be famous and it won't make nobody no money until actually I'm dead. One of those big alders right there could do it. Oh well. If I wish for it, it won't happen. So, because that's just a homeless guy. Doesn't get nothing good in his life. I'm going to walk down here because this garbage that's blowing around kind of bugs me, and I'm going to pick it up. Junkyard camouflage, folks. I'm tired of this. It's not the weather. I don't care. It's a beautiful day. I love Mother Nature and what she does. But I don't like my life. This wind is pushing me. Wow. That's really something else. You know, you see those guys in the hurricanes and they're, or whatever, and they're leaning towards the wind. It's kind of like that, except the other way, because I was walking the same way the wind was going, getting pretty good gas mileage because I had tailwind. But now I'm walking towards the wind, and well, what I'm going to do is lay this down again with a rock. It blew out from under before. Hold on, I'm putting it in my mouth. And hope that does it. All this trash is getting spread everywhere. So that'll be my job for tomorrow. If I don't decide to kill myself. Or if I don't get lucky and I just die. Anyway, I'm done with this shit. I'm calling back inside with my kitty. Somebody come get my kitty if I'm dead. Take good care of him. His name is Mr. Mittens. He's beautiful and wonderful. He'll never do you wrong. That's how animals are. Don't ever hurt you. Oh, crap. You know, it's I don't know, 40 degrees out there, but that wind, that feels like snow. And those clouds, there's a lot of water in there, man. Blue sky ahead of me. Massive blanket of clouds coming. This ain't gonna be good. So, yeah, when it hits or I have anything else to say, if I'm still breathing, I'm homeless guy. Maybe I'll get back to you. Homeless guy here. How you doing today? Today's Sunday, the 13th of January, I believe. And I went to church today. First time in like 20 years. I met some real nice folks. I was surrounded by folks that were really nice. And it made me a little uncomfortable because I'm a bit antisocial. But there was love there. And I feel really good inside. I don't feel much different. I have always had a spirit. Well, since I've been saved anyway. I just haven't had any power because of I don't fellowship. I mean, you know, there's power in the spirit. But when there's a bunch of people, I'm picking up the garbage that the wind blew around. That's what I said I'd do yesterday, and now I'm doing it. When there's a bunch of people with the same goal, there's a lot of power in the room. I'm not sure about their worship style. None of the songs I've ever heard before, and I've heard a lot of songs. You know, worship songs. But it was a short sermon, a lot of worship, a fair amount of prayer, and we did a little break off in little prayer circle groups, and prayed, and well, I don't know, it was different than services that I'm used to attending, and it was kind of a small church with a lot of people. But I've been invited to a men's breakfast next Saturday. I think it's next Saturday. Yeah, it'd be next Saturday at 7 in the morning, so free breakfast. And they have coffee. So that'll be interesting. And I believe I'll return for a service on Sunday morning. That I don't know if that's where my home's going to be, my church home, but I'm going to give it a chance. And nothing but good can come out of going to church, I think. And I actually sat next to the mayor today. Didn't know it until it was about time to leave, and everybody's shaking hands with the new guy and introducing themselves. And I forget names so easy, they're going to think I'm a fool. But he introduced himself, asked me where I live. I told him I live in Harrisburg. And he says, "Oh, yeah, I do too. Actually, I'm the mayor." Ha! Whoa! All right, cool. So that can't be bad, maybe. Anyways, if I ever have to go to court, maybe he'll be an advocate. Well, this is interesting. We're down here at the boat landing where we've set up some markers to see how high the water level gets. The one marker that somebody else put in there, over there, it's underwater. There's a marker we left yesterday. See that shiny thing in the water? That's that jar. That's the jar. And look how high the water is. So, yeah, it's gone up a good, at least a foot over the last couple days. Good for the river. Yeah, good for the river, good for the boaters, good for the fish. And it makes for an interesting thing for us to do. So I guess now we have to mark it again. So let me see if we got anything, because all of our stuff is underwater. You know, all it takes is a rock or something. The only reason I left that jar in there is because I knew it wasn't going to float away. I wouldn't have put trash in the river intentionally that was going to float away. It's probably been in the river many times. So what we need is a rock. And I see a bunch of rocks. They're not really that big, though. So we'll pick a couple interesting ones. They're just little rocks. And what we'll do is we'll place them right on the water's edge, just like we've been doing. Water level today. Okay? Yep, just something fun to do. Of course, tomorrow I work. I won't be able to check it till after work. But anyways, my kitty's out running around. After church, went to the store for smokes, and it's right next to this guy that sells firewood. He's got a big sign out in front and everything. He actually works with me. He's a temp, and he just lives right there in town, not too far from the church, actually. And he was out on his front porch today, and we've discussed he was going to bring me some wood. But I can't haul wood, really, because, you know, my house is my house, not a pickup. But he says he's going to bring me buckets or something. And, well, today he was out there, and I went in and got my smokes, and I came back out, and he was walking over, I guess with his brother or somebody. And asked me if I wanted some firewood, and I said, sure. So we walked over there, and he loaded his friend up, or his brother, or whoever it was, with a lot of split firewood, pine. And I threw it in the van on top of my sleeping bag. Note to self, that's a mess. So I had to take, after I got it all packed into the woods, because I hide it, you know, until I need it, then I had to go back and brush off the sleeping bag and everything that I got in there, and I guess it's okay now. But still have to change the litter box, and well, that's about all I really have to do today. So the rain's holding off for now. The sun's trying to poke through. It's kind of breezy, not all windy like it was. But you know, now that I'm becoming more spiritual, I'm opening myself up to attacks from the dark side, and I hope that I'm protected. But anything can happen, man. I'm going through money. It's just like I have holes in my hands, and it just falls right through. But yeah, some days I'm pretty discouraged. Today I'm not. Mr. Mittens. This morning, real early, I don't know what time it was, 3-something, 2-something in the morning, he was walking around going, meow, 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 and looking at all the doors and windows and bugging me because he wanted me to let him out. You know, getting under the covers and putting his face on my face, and he's got cold nose. Cute. And then, so I finally let him out. And an hour or two later, you know, it was pretty rainy all night. And he doesn't like the rain. So he was out under the van. I opened the door and I said, come on, Mr. Mittens. And he jumped right in. So that was kind of neat. Anyways, here comes the sun a little bit. I'm going to let you go. This is a homeless guy living in a minivan. Went to church today for the first time in 20 years. I'll get back to you. My Mr. Mittens is a killer. It's 3-something, I guess. I went way back in the woods to find him today because he stayed put for like 2 or 3 hours. I actually took a nap. There he is. But up here, he was gnawing on a mouse when I just came up. And I moved it. It was still warm. And I guess it's hard for a kitty to get through the hide of a mouse, but maybe, maybe not. Anyways, I wanted to show him doing it, but now he's running around again. So now I'm going to try to find it for you. And he's coming, so he'll help. No! Where's that mousey? Anyways, yeah, I'll never be able to find it. Not on my own. Mr. Mitten! Meow! It's right in here somewhere. Nice big gray mouse that he caught. But I'll never see it. I thought he was going to be here and eating it, and he's not. Mr. Mitten! Meow! Wow! Well, it's impossible for me to find. Mr. Mitten! See, that's what he's doing nowadays. He's killing and not eating. Well, I feed him, so I guess he don't need to eat. And he's just playing with them, and then they die. That's all he knows. But he was trying to eat the head off of it earlier when I was just out here a few minutes ago. But I guess he lost interest. And I'll never be able to show it to you because, these creatures out in the woods they blend in. That's why they're still alive. It's been thousands of years like that. That's why it still exist. Anyway, somewhere out here, there's a mouse just killed, getting cold, and Mittens is not going to eat it. He plays with them until they're dead. He throws them up in the air and chews on them, and then he'll walk away because they're not animated no more. So, no interest to him. He gets food. He gets kibbles. He doesn't need to eat food. I mean, animals. But he's got a couple birds where he's eaten like 3/4 of the bird and left the rest of them sit. But that was during the snow. He was still getting fed kibbles, but he's a hunter. So I guess the title of this episode is My Mr. Mittens is a Hunter, a Killer. Big kitty. Not really that big, but people at work say, wow, you're overfeeding him. Well, I'm not overfeeding him. He's eating out here. I'm eating out here too, but I'm not overweight. Last check, I was like 147. That's not too bad for being homeless for 3 months, actually. Here it comes. Let's see if he'll show us the kill. You ready? We'll be really quiet. Meow. Meow. Where's the mousey? Where's that mousey at? Show me the mousey. Come on, Mr. Mitten. No. Come on, buddy. Where's that mousey? Here he comes. He'll show us, I hope. Where's the mousey? Where is it? No, this way. I think it's over here. No. Look. Look. I guess he's looking for another one. Anyway, this is Homeless Guy. On a great church-going day, I'm very fulfilled inside. I can't really explain it. I've always had a spirit ever since I was saved and baptized. But I've become way more carnal. And the one church service that I had today actually fulfilled me. And I'm set to go to a breakfast for men on Saturday and another service on Sunday. I haven't made a decision whether I like this church or not. I don't know if this is my home family, but they are very comforting, and they're all over. I mean, they crowd you, and they make you feel loved. Not the kind of love that my physical body needs and wants, but there's love there. The spirit is there, and they've strengthened my spirit, which is going to help me and my lady friend because I won't be so much needy in the physical realm. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what to say about that. I'm human. What am I supposed to think? A perfect woman like that? But I'm getting better. So, anyways, it's going to get dark pretty quick, and I'm going to have a fire tonight because they only call for an hour or two of rain tonight, and I don't even know if that's going to be right. But this is my backyard. Not too bad, huh? 3 acres of bliss. As long as nobody screws with me, and they haven't in 3 months. Today is 3 months. And I'm going to have to do this for another month because of the key breaking off in the ignition and everything. Every week or 2 weeks I have an issue that costs me money, and I'm falling farther and farther behind, but I'm gaining ground, but very slowly. It's like 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, and I'm doing the best I can. My spirit is high right now. It's 40 degrees, 38 maybe, nice and warm, not wet, not freezing. I'm hoping that God gives me a chance with this lady that I am with, and I made a big step today by going to church for the first time in 20 years. I'm having a spiritual awakening right now, where it's not all about the physical. It's the spirit has to get strong, and I think that'll help us. I don't know. She could have anybody she wanted, but she's only had one guy in the last 25 years and no kids. So guess how cozy that would be. She's younger than I am by 2 years. I can't wait. But I'm going to have to, and I'm going to have to act like it doesn't bug me, right? It's the spiritual gym now, so let's just go walk around and hold hands. And no, I'm not getting a hard on. Actually, I am every time I touch her, but I'm not going to tell her. And maybe in time, I met her for a reason. So, but she's like, I cannot remarry. According to the new covenant, as far as I understand it, you can, but if she's been trained for 25 years in one direction, I don't know how that's going to work out. So, maybe she's just going to be a friend. But I'm never going to find anyone as spiritual as she is again, ever in my life. She's like a saint. She probably is a saint. She may be an angel. Well, just walked out here to find my kitty, and I found him, so now I'm thinking about collecting some firewood and rubbing 2 sticks together and seeing if I can get a fire going tonight. It's a little chilly because of the wind, but I'm sure it's like 38 degrees out here. It's nice and warm. No need to worry about freezing tonight. Hey, I'm spiritually loving you all tonight. Thanks for putting up with my rhetoric. And this is homeless guy living in a minivan. Went to church today. Got a kitty running around, a potential girlfriend, and I will get back to you. A lot different than last night, huh? When I was wishing that one of these trees fell on me. Only one tree fell that I seen today, and that wasn't big enough. But I appreciate you guys hanging out. Homeless guy living in a minivan. I'll get back to you tonight. Maybe we'll have another fireside chat. Buy the fireside chat, because I think fireside chats are already taken. Don't want to infringe on any trademarks, you know. It's a beautiful night. Later. Almost got here. Another besides fireside chats. All this wood, most of it I got from a friend that works with me. It's split pine. Starts really easy, just a little juice and paper, and I got a bunch of paper to burn because that's how I do my garbage, is I just burn it. But pretty easy fire. Really breezy tonight. And the breeze is cold. I mean, it's still 48 degrees. 40 degrees or 38 degrees or whatever. But it's a nice night, but it's still kind of cold with the wind. But I decided to settle down. I had church this morning. I feel pretty good. I got a kitty eating. Black kitty Midnight doesn't belong to me, but I feed her down here all the time. And my mittens is out too. And I dug some wood out of the woods, which I hid because this is the wood that my friend gave me today. And I'm having a pretty good night. Wish my lady friend would call me, but you know, she had church today and she's backing off a bit, but whatever. Anyway, here's my fire for by the fireside chat. I got this headlamp, but when I mistreat it and I stretch it too far, it keeps popping off one side, and I can fix it easy, but I can't fix it without putting the camera down. So I'm not going to do it yet. Hopefully it's still decent enough to see something through. Put a bag on the fire. I think I've already eaten twice today. I've had biscuits and gravy, a sausage McMuffin with strawberry jam on it, and actually 3 times because I ate a bacon cheddar chicken burger or whatever it's called. So I've eaten 3 times today. But I'm feeling kind of hungry, so once this fire burns down some, I'm going to have a cup of noodle for dinner. Before bed. And really happy to be alive today. I hope I've made some progress with my lady friend because I went to church today. But she went to a movie. I wonder with who? But not to worry. She's not even close to being sexual. But if she has a weak moment, what if she is? And what if it's not with me? I've been waiting for this woman for a long time in my life. Never had a kid. 1 or 2 years younger than I am. Beautiful. But too spiritual to be physical. So, yeah, I'm waiting for her to crack. And what if she cracks when she's with somebody else? Because she's got lots of guy friends, see? And now I just ruined my life. Because I'm being very patient. And very loving and very understanding. And trying to be very spiritual. But I don't know how this is all working out. But I think that God put us together for a reason, and I think I'm hers. And I think she's mine. But do I want to wait years? I don't know. She actually thinks that she cannot ever get married again. And a woman that believes that hard probably doesn't believe she can never have sex again. So I don't know how this is all going to play out. But I got nothing better to do. Because I'm a homeless guy living in a minivan. If I wanted sex, I could go get sex. But I want something more. I'm not a bad-looking guy, and I do know how to please a woman. But I think I gotta wait for what's right. And I know she's right. So, that's a pretty good fire, huh? Just for a little bit of paper and squirting some juice on it. Got some seasoned pine right on there. Not the best firewood you can ever get, pine, but it was free and it burns easy. So it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's perfect. Got a piece of MDF on there too. Well, it's a particle board, and when that burns in half, I'll have twice as much. And I got a piece of metal up there for a windbreak because the wind's blowing from the south. Anyways, I really kind of loved today. Big difference from yesterday when I was wishing there was a tree that'd fall on me. Today's a better day than yesterday. Yesterday I was walking out in the woods. Wind was blowing, the trees were cracking, and I was standing under big trees and wishing they fell on me, man, because I hated life. Well, you know, I still kind of hate life today, but I have a better spirit because I went to church. I was with a group of people, most of them way older than I am. And I even sat next to the mayor today. I didn't even know it until he was ready to leave. And he shook my hand and introduced himself. And I guess that's a good guy to know if I'm homeless and living next to his county and his town. So I think I did good today. God opened some doors for me today. I wish he opened up a girlfriend, but that's in the works. So there's my fire for the fireside chats, and I'm gonna let you go because I got tended a little bit, and I have to work tomorrow, so it's gonna be kind of early night. And I'm also hoping to get a text from my lady friend tonight. And I'm just gonna let you go, and I'll get back to you. I promise. This is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. Homeless guy living in a minivan, sitting by a fire. Went to church today. It's been 3 months today I've been homeless. 3 months today. It is January 12th. 3 months. And I've got at least another month out here before I can even hope to be somewhere inside. So, pray for me. I know I've lived through the worst of it, negative 12 degrees and all that. But, I'm still hating life, being out here, pooping in the woods and, sleeping in my van. I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of it, but I can live through it. If you all pray for me, I can get through it. Enjoy your nights. Hope you're all tucked in. This is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you. Homeless guy here. Really being blessed these last few days, having gone to church and stuff, and been driving without insurance for quite a while because my ex-girlfriend, thank you, dropped my policy without me even knowing it. And so I've been searching for insurance quotes, and they've been jacked up way high. But that's okay. You know, the only thing is, Satan will use what he can to throw you off track. And not having insurance is a big one, because I hear they can take my vehicle, which is my house, if I get caught without insurance. So I've done a lot of phone calls in the last few days. My insurance is very high, but I picked the best quote I could, and I'm covered. I'm covered right now, instantly. Just got off the phone with them. A lot of money out of the bank account. My monthly rates are kind of high, but they took a big chunk just now out of my bank account to get it started. That hurts, but you know, that's the way it goes. I have to cover this. Now I'm starting over again, but I feel good. I'm on the right track here. I'm going to church. I have a spirit that is alive again. I have a lady that talks to me. I don't know if she likes me. I think she does. And I'm okay. If I'm going to have a fire tonight, I guess I better get on it. So I don't know if you can see me or not, and I can't show you the fire because there isn't one yet. But let me show you the moon. So, you know, the last camping trip I had with my ex-girlfriend was a full moon, a bright, big moon. So bright you couldn't even see the craters in it. It was just bright. And that moon's not quite full yet, but every time I see a full moon, I can count the months that I've been alone. And so I guess this makes 7. I don't know. Let me see. 6. Long time. Well, I don't know if you can see me or not. I don't have my light on, but I'm going to talk to you anyway. And I'm going to walk down here and see how the river's doing. Probably down a bit. So, wow, what a weight off my shoulders. And yet then, the burden of having to give away almost $400 in one shot hurts. And payday is not for a couple weeks. Well, actually, it's next week. But today's Monday, so it's a couple weeks. We put some rocks down here. We may have put them in the way of boaters, because I don't see them. I don't see nothing, man. Oh, I see that glass jar. It's out there about 4 feet. So I think my rocks are probably underwater that we put up there yesterday. I'm not certain. It's getting kind of dark, so I can't tell. And I don't know exactly where I put them. I thought they were on the concrete here for the boat landing. And it couldn't have been that far unless it went down. I do not see them. So, yeah, you can't see nothing. Didn't play that game very well. Should have made it a big rock. But I couldn't find any big rocks around here. So, anyways, I gotta get that fire going. So, this is Homeless Guy. I'll get back to you when I got the fire going. Homeless Guy with a spirit and insurance. I just took one of the last things that Satan could take from me, which would give me a ticket for insurance. And got that covered. Big weight off my shoulders. Okay, I'll get back to you.